What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I have a 2015 6.7. She's got 150,000 miles on it, and we have a little bit of a water leak. There isn't any. I found the valley full of coolant, and I want to go over with you guys some of the common coolant leaks that I see on the 6.7s. Follow along and see if yours is leaking.
All right, let's do it.
Alright guys, thanks so much for coming back and checking us out. Make sure to drop down there at the bottom and hit that like. Subscribe if you want to get extra 6.7 content. Get you back on the road. Today, we have a coolant leak. And what I'm going to need to do first, I've already pressure tested it. Well, that should be the first thing you're going to do. But I have verified that I have coolant all in the engine valley. Let's see if we can take a look and verify that with me. Not over here. There it is. You guys can see all that orange coolant down in there. I have made a video already showing you how to access the coolant crossover tube gaskets. There's a gasket here and a gasket here right underneath the thermostat. I am suspecting that is where we are leaking, but I have not torn anything apart. I'm going to do that right now. I'm going to start with draining the coolant and what's left of the coolant, and I'm going to start taking off the fasteners to get this intake manifold off, the lower intake manifold, and then to the repair area. So in just a few short seconds, we're going to be down with the intakes off. 3, 2, 1. Here we are with no intakes on. And the repair area is right here. Let me get a little deeper in here, but we can see all the coolant, and it is actually originating right below this coolant crossover tube. This is the thermostat housing and where the gasket would be. I don't see any evidence of wetness here, but definitely down on the cast part of the block as it goes down into the valley. So what I'm going to have to do is also fix this oil leak I completely forgot about. And I'm going to need to remove this. So I have O-ring for this pipe. I'm going to have to remove the engine harness just forward, remove the return line. I have a 4 8mm bolts on this side and 4 on this side. I'm going to have to take thermostat housing off because obviously I got to remove that to get all that off. But I will be putting a new thermostat in, and I'm going to have to remove this coolant line, so I have a new line as well. But again, let me get down to another part of teardown. It's all 8mm bolts. It's self-explanatory on how this piece comes off. It's not too bad once you get the intakes off. So, all right, let's continue forward, shall we? All right, we have it torn off. Look at that repair area. I've already gone ahead and cleaned all of that up. Here's the CP4 in all of its glory. This thing needs an SNS disaster prevention kit on it. Little spacer plate goes in here. You don't usually see it like this, but this is the elusive CP4. But guess what? I was right! Look why it was leaking coolant. How many times have you guys seen that? I've seen it a lot on the thermostat gaskets around... Where's the thermostat? Ah, right here. I've seen it around this gasket here get all blew out. But nonetheless, this is right below the thermostat. So this is why it was leaking coolant. This one doesn't look too bad. Let's see if I can peel it off. It is flat ASF. I mean, look at that. You can't see no rib on that O-ring at all. Flat as a pancake. So I have new gasquitos right here, and you can see in the bag the rib, the raised rubber. This is definitely going to be sealing, and going to get that crossover tube back on. get the bolts down. You had a couple 8 millis that attach the fuel rail to it. This one I just flip up. This one, there's enough clearance between the bracket for the alternator and power steering pump for that to slide just past this, and then you can take this up like that. CCV, remember workshop manual said to replace the CCV, but obviously with this collar on it, we can successfully take that off of the intake manifold without having to replace that whole box. So I have one more repair to do, and it is this vacuum pump gasket. Do you guys want to see that? Is that a shaking head? Yes. All right. I need to get this gasket. We're going to do a little bit more tear down. I got to take the belt off, the fanny, and I'm going to get to this part right here where, if I can show you, let's see, is this one? Nope. How about this one? I wonder if I can get that loose at all with my pliers. Let's see. See how loose this one is. It's usually this one. Oh yeah, you guys see that bolt move? Look at that. Look how loose that is. Vacuum pump gasket. We're gonna replace that. All right, next shot.
You tried that one?
I have not tried back talking to my wife. No, that's not gonna work. All right, we have the crossover to back on, gaskets on, new line, well not new line, parts of a new line, because I didn't have the correct line. I had to route parts from another line and put it back. So now we can reuse the original one. But everything is bolted down. I have the fuel line retainers back on, and already have the fan off. Already, where's the bracket? Bracket over there. But here's our vacuum pump, and I was showing you guys. Let me replace this light with a different placement. You know, the light always goes where you don't want it to go. Okay, there we go. That's actually not half bad. All right, so this bolt right here, look how loose that is. Isn't that just silly loose? Let's see if we got another one I can bust loose by hand. Now that I can really get on this one. Nope, can't get that one. But I have Downcraft, thank you. Take this out. I have a video. Ooh, that was pretty loose. I barely broke that. I have a video that I made actually doing this repair. It's not too bad. Let's see if this one breaks loose. Okay, I got some resistance there. And we have one more somewhere right here. Oh, that's perfect. Okay. Oh, is she gonna come out with me? Nope, she stayed. All right, we're gonna go ahead and take all of the bolts out. Boom. Don't want to drop any. Boom. Next one. Boom. All right, so the real reason why this is leaking is because those bolts were loose. But once we take this off and clean it, I can't reuse that gasket. I'm gonna have to get a new one. This is your vacuum pump on the front of your 6.7. This is here for two reasons. This, for this particular truck, because we have a brake vacuum booster, vacuum pump, vacuum booster. What do you think's happening? This is providing vacuum assist to our brakes, so we have power brakes, but not only is it doing that, but because it has another port on it, that vacuum line that's running right there by your fuel injector return line, that's going over to your EGR stuff. So not only are we using it to provide power brakes, but we are using it to operate our EGR valve components. So right now I'm going to get the new orange gasket. I'm going to clean all of this up. I'm going to clean all of this up. See, we can just pop this off. Well, it doesn't look too bad. But it just winds up leaking all over the place. I am steady going to put this back together. This brings us to the end of this repair. I'm just gonna throw one of these on and continue. Tell me in the comments if you guys have had to replace your vacuum pump gasket or your coolant crossover tube gaskets on your 6.7 PowerStroke. This would be for 11 through 16 if you had the vacuum pump problem. But crossover tubes, theoretically, they're all the same. So let me know. Thanks so much for watching. Remember to like, comment, sub, share, and I'll catch you guys next time. See ya!